This is a Tape Deck podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to Inside the Runner Studio. This is your host, Tom, and with me, as always, are Aaron, Michael, and Diana.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are joined by our friend, Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
I generally only reference you as running in Wonderland.
Running through Wonderland. Yeah, that's my Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Jen, I think you know the format. We're going to ask you some running-related questions, some non-running related questions, and just get to know you. This is our kind of mini series where we get to know folks in our running community. But before we jump into the questions, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am from New York, born and raised. I've been here pretty much my entire life. I am an earth science teacher for special education in high school, and I've been teaching for about 15 years now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I love it. It's really great. I have a lot of like what I call war stories as a joke, but they're really great, really great kids. And I'm also working on my doctorate, so I just actually started writing my dissertation, literally, I think, over the summer. So,
Oh, wow.
Been quite a journey.
What are you going to be a doctor in?
Literacy studies. So it's a fancy word for just kind of reading.
A doctor of reading.
I love that.
I love that. The whole dissertation's on Disney, so it's just kind of funny after a while. My professors are like, I'm not surprised.
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, you're definitely in good company. So I guess we could just jump right into the questions.
Yeah.
And Diana's going to kick us off.
I was like, I think I get the first question. So, what is your favorite run of all time? It does not have to be a race.
So there's two responses to this one. So one of my favorite races, they're both from Run Disney events. So the first one was Princess, I think 2019. That was the one. It was the first run that I'd ever done with my friends and my family. I had been running races before that for Run Disney, and I talked about it, and I had costumes planned. I was so hyped about it, and I had convinced my friends and my parents to run, which was like, I never thought my parents would actually ever wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I told them that, and they were like, what time do you get up? And I was like, it's fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You forget about it like when you're running.
Yes.
So my dad and I joked like the whole time. We're like, he's going to beat me. I'm going to beat him. And so my friends and I made a pact right before the race that we would hit mile 3 marker. We'd all take like a little group picture, and we would just bolt, leaving my dad gone, just for like fun.
Aww.
So we had dressed up as the Fab Five, plus a couple of characters. I was Chippendale with one of my friends, and my dad, ironically and scary enough, looks like Walt Disney. I don't even know how this is possible. So we like got him the shirt, and it says Walt on it, and he's like, so he's into it. I was like, I don't even know how that happened. My mom and my aunt were gone. They just like power walked it. So the rest of us were like taking pictures. We're going through Epcot. This is great. We get to the mile 3 marker. We're all looking at each other like, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. We take the picture, and all of a sudden I just go, Chewy, put it into hyperdrive. And we just leave. We're gone. Like, we're out of here.
I love it.
So my friend Matt and I, we were you know what? You say you're in a race, but you're not in a race, but we were really racing each other, like flying down. My friend Sarah had missed like the call, and she'd like, I don't know, she got like ahead of us, and she was standing by the finish line. And at the exact moment, we have a picture of her from the finish line as Matt, who was dressed as Mickey, runs in front of her right at the finish line. And the picture of she was dressed as Donald Duck. So it was perfect. Her fist was outstretched. Her face was like, what the heck? And it was perfect.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God. That's amazing.
We didn't get any finish line photos, my friend Matt and I, because we were too fast for the cameras. We were just gone. My dad crosses like a second or two behind us, and somebody actually like dropped down to one knee and proposed to their girlfriend, like right in front of my dad.
Oh my God.
So he was like, "This is awkward."
Nice.
Jeez.
But it was like one of the best times I ever had. I remember that race, and that's like the one I always talk about. And then the second race was, again, it was Princess. It was the last one before the pandemic hit. And my friend Nick, who had run with us before, decided that it was a better idea to actually go to the bar and instead of sleeping before the half marathon.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he like rolled in at about 1:45 in the morning into our
amazing.
room,
Amazing.
out of his mind drunk. And he gets up in the morning, and I didn't think he was going to make it. I thought he was dead. I was like, you're not going to run this race with us. He makes
How
it,
did he?
declares
What?
on the bus going down, I think I'm still hungover. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're still drunk, but let's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Semantics.
Enough
Yeah.
time.
Not
Enough time
hungover.
had
I mean,
passed.
like, let's call a spade here. Like, it's fine. I think he went through the entire set of emotions from inside out in those 13 miles. I mean,
Oh my
he went
God.
from laughing to crying to angry to, I mean,
Yeah.
we were going into Magic Kingdom and he starts crying hysterically. He's like, I ruined your
Oh my
time.
God.
You were going to PR. I'm so sorry. And then this girl in front of us, dressed like the fairy godmother, ironic, turns to him and goes, you don't come to Disney to PR. You come to Disney to have fun. And for whatever happened, he just frolicked through Magic Kingdom like he wasn't drunk. Like, he's like, this is great. We're having a great time. You get out of Magic
Oh
Kingdom.
my God.
He's back crying again.
Oh.
I think I babysat him for like the 13 miles that we were there.
Oh my
The
God.
line of the century was, we crossed the finish line, and he looks at me and he goes, Jen, is it weird not to feel your left arm?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my
yes.
God.
So he went,
Oh,
Oh
man.
my God.
he went to the med tent. He was, no surprise, dehydrated.
Dehydrated. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But
Shock.
that is one of my funniest races I ever did. I don't even know how
Oh,
I
that's
literally
amazing.
had to babysit him for 13 miles to make sure he didn't get hurt. But it was
Oh
my God.
I can't even imagine.
Laugh.
I love that. Oh my gosh. That's so fun.
I'm like, you're never
That's
doing
so
that
funny.
again. If you come and you run, we're locking you in the room. Like, I will shoot you with a
Oh.
tranquilizer dart. You're not leaving before the race.
Yeah. After the race is fine.
You want to drink
or
it? And he-
Yeah.
during the race is fine.
I know.
Just get started first.
I was like, well, if you want to do the marathon, we can hit Mexico on the way around.
Right, yeah, for sure. That's the way they do it. Diana, don't you have a friend, Lisa, that didn't make it to one of the races?
Oh yeah,
because
she
you guys-
didn't make it. Yeah, she didn't make
She
it
didn't
to
even
the 5K.
make it to the race. Yeah.
My favorite quote of that was she was on like the floor in the bedroom, like trying to get her costume together, and she looked at her husband and said, "I need you to bring me everything I own." And he walks out of the bedroom and is like, "Lisa's not coming."
Yeah, and I don't think they put your name on the 5K or something where like she was like, just take my bib because I wasn't registered, and I'm a stickler for the rules, and I was like, no,
Yeah, should have taken it.
but I could have gotten a
That's
free
funny.
5K out of that. Yeah, I was
didn't.
dumb. I was dumb.
Could've done it.
Anyways,
It was already
That's
paid
funny.
for, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So, next question is, what is your preferred race distance and why?
I like the 10Ks right now. I love the 5Ks. I like doing as a fun run, which I thought I would never say in my life, like running for fun. But I like the 10Ks. It's like the perfect distance for me right now because like after that 6.2 miles, I start to get like in my head and I'm like, I need to end this. I'm hurting. What am I doing? This is ridiculous. And now I don't have a lot of friends that run with me. Obviously one of them is drunk all the time. So, you know, I don't have a lot of people around here that do like run in groups and stuff like that. So right now I'm kind of hanging out in the 10K zone. I'm hoping to get it to the half marathon, but the 10K is kind of like where I like hanging right now. It's like the perfect distance.
So do you prefer group or solo runs?
For the little fun runs, like the 5K, I love doing group runs because it's just, you know, it's a fun distance to run. Even for the half marathon, I would prefer it, but I'm kind of not picky. Like I'd be fine either way.
Yeah.
I actually run the 10Ks even in Disney solo. And I kind of like that because I get to kind of do my own thing and take my own pictures and stuff like that. So I guess it kind of depends on the race. If it's in Disney, I would prefer to have people there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I'm not really picky either way.
Have you had a running injury?
Ooh, good question.
Before or after? I did basketball and MMA before I started running. So I went into running with injuries.
Yeah.
So, I the greatest decision when your doctor's like, okay, you shouldn't do MMA. Great, I'll just go run. My doctor's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I have bad knees because of that, which again, great that I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have terrible feet. I have flat feet. So if I run like certain ways, I actually you feel it like all the way up to your lower back. So I have to take it easy, with certain distances and how fast I'm going.
Oh goodness. Just the running in the knees. It's just, I just
Well,
can't.
Diana, you don't even have a knee, right? Like
I
you're,
always say I
missing.
don't have a knee.
I don't have a knee.
All right. Well, I don't have like the working part of the knee. All right. Do you use a training plan or a coach when you're preparing for a race, or do you just wing it?
I've learned that winging it does not work. I actually started doing the Jeff Galloway program recently, and I was like, there's no way that it'll work. And this past weekend, I actually ran my 10K 4 minutes faster just by doing the Jeff Galloway training program. So I was like,
so was it the training program and the intervals?
yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I guess this works. So I'm working on, that's the one that I'm sticking with right now, is that training program. I have a trainer, but she thinks I'm silly for running because of all of my injuries, because she's also a physical therapist. But, that's just kind of like for the cross training and the strength training stuff. So when it just comes to running, I just kind of stick with that for right now.
Medical professionals, they're all the same.
Right? They all tell you, don't do this, don't do that.
And we all listen so
Clearly.
well.
Here we are.
Well, congrats on your PR.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll have to add that to the goal getters list for the next episode. Random questions. What is one album you could listen to anytime, any day, and just get lost into it?
Oh, The Greatest Showman.
Oh, good one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's actually
So
the only
good.
album I can listen to while I'm running and just not really think about running. It's weird. I don't know why, because I have a very eclectic taste in music. So I have everything from heavy metal to Disney songs to Broadway.
Yeah.
So that is the only one that I can go straight on through without having to skip a song.
Do you listen to the the movie soundtrack and the album that they released with all the bands doing the songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it.
So good.
Hugh Jackman is just beautiful. How do you say no to that?
Yeah, he's so great.
I don't know, Michael. How do you say no to that?
I don't. I
No,
love
you
Hugh
accept it.
Jackman.
You embrace it.
Yeah.
How can you not like Hugh Jackman?
I don't know. Have you ever seen Greatest Showman?
Yeah, actually I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually about to go back on Broadway, and I keep trying to get Tom to take me
Yeah.
because he's going to be in The Music Man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt H is going.
Well, you have a place to stay in New York.
Not
I'm an hour
surprising.
outside the city. So if you want to come.
Yay!
If you could have any talent you currently do not have, what would it be and why?
It'd be singing, because I just feel bad for my husband who listens to me blaring while my headphones are on, working in my office. I don't know how he listens to me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I always feel like I can't. I guess I'm critical on myself for it. I'm like, I want to be able to actually sing, not like Hugh Jackman level, but just like Disney princess level, where I'm like, I can summon some birds and not hurt anybody.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was looking for.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's fair. All right. If you could be a member of any TV family, which would it be and why?
This one, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to be the Brady
That's a
Bunch.
tough
I'm
one.
like, Partridge Family. No. And then I was like, who are you kidding? You'd probably be in Family Guy. And that would be the
I love that. I love that.
There I am.
Oh my God, that would be great. Amazing.
Level of sarcasm and just kind of like the wit. I'm like, that's where I'm fitting. Okay.
That's amazing. Oh gosh.
All right. Oh, I love this one. If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
Okay. So I don't want to be the lame one and be like, oh, I want to fly or walk through walls or something like that. Maybe I would go with fly. Because, I mean, who wouldn't want to like fly? But I'm afraid of heights,
It's a
so I
good
don't want
one.
that.
Oh,
See, that's that. I was
yeah.
just gonna say that. So, like, my thing is, if I could lose the fear of
Well, I think
the
you would
heights,
probably lose the fear of heights because you
because
can
you
fly.
could fly.
No, I'd
It
be
would
like,
eliminate
what?
the fear of falling.
But it's like
Yeah.
the feeling of being that high up. It's not really the fear of falling. So, like,
Well,
it's
it's the
feeling
fear of no longer being that high up because you're that high up.
Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you could like fly, you wouldn't have to worry about no longer being that high up and hitting the bottom.
I'd still
Hmm.
be petrified. I'd be like, this is like the worst thing ever.
I'm kind of with you on that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'd feel about this.
If I had, now I'm like really thinking about it, I would want to be like the person that can control fire, like from X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Like, I think I want to say pyro, but that's just like the first thing that goes through my head. That's what I mean. Like, that would be kind of fun to have, like to control fire, like, you know, roast some marshmallows
Yeah.
whenever you feel like it, type of thing.
I mean, that feels like
Like on the ground.
it's like the legit thing to do with that superpower too. All right, what was your first job, and what did you like or dislike about it?
I think I was a teacher long before that I knew I was going to be a teacher, because my first job was working at a summer camp with pre-K kids. And ever since then, my family's like, you're going to be a teacher. You're going to be a teacher. And I was like, probably. What I didn't like about it is that they were way too young for me. Like, if I had to tie one more shoe, if I had to find one more lost art, like one more sock, I couldn't do it. And I was, I was laughing, and I was like, that is the reason why I teach high school, because after 40 minutes, I'm like, get out. I can't deal with you anymore. Time to switch. So yeah, that was the hard part about working those jobs is they were very young and they were very needy. And as much as I loved it, I remember going home, and I was like 16, 17 at the time. And I'm like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot, but they were cute, but it was like, you can go home now. I'm over it.
Well, I mean, back to being a teacher, you've probably had a very stress-free last 18 months or so.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just
breeze through.
business as usual.
Yeah. You know, it was just easy. We just kind of like went on those computers, and they were all great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nobody's playing video games or falling asleep in bed on the camera. Absolutely not.
Nope.
We've had kids that are
gosh.
like literally in the car, going to Miami while they're in class.
Just
I mean, I feel like you even talked about doing that with Connor, though. If he went to Disney World, we were like, well, if we could go to Disney, then he could just do class while he's in the room.
Hold on, I'm going on Space Mountain. I'll be back in a minute.
yeah.
It's for astronomy. It's fine.
All right, so we were getting into the James Lipton Memorial questions. Rest in peace, James. What is your favorite word
Pizza.
and your least favorite word?
Oh, moist. Ugh.
It gets such a bad rap.
Multi-time winner.
It
Moist,
does.
yeah.
It is. It gets such a bad rap. I actually don't think I knew how many people didn't like this word until this show.
Oh, it's just gross to say. You're like, ooh.
Oh my God.
All right, Jen, old friend, what turns you on?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, and what turns you off?
Oh, just a negative person, a toxic negative personality. I don't have time for you.
Yep.
That's fair.
I agree. What sound or noise do you love?
This is going to sound so weird, but it's like the blender in the morning when I'm making my smoothie, because it's like the best smoothie ever. So I'm like, I know what's happening.
Good on.
I wake
just
up the
excited.
entire house, but I know I'm getting it.
That's probably part. Yeah, but that's probably part of the joy of that noise is waking everybody else up.
Yeah.
There is a small bit of satisfaction.
You're
I
like,
dream
"Come on,
like,
everyone else
I'm
should
up,
be
you're all
up
up with me.
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's like that. It's like they there's like all these TikToks where it's like the husband getting out of bed and he's like so quiet and he's like tiptoeing around, and it's like the wife getting out of bed and she's just like slamming everything and like hits the alarm 5 times. That's me. That's me.
Yes, it is.
Right here.
Oh goodness, I
Can't
love
see
it.
but Jen is also pointing at herself. That's
Right here.
Yep,
She
100%.
feels
I'm
Diana.
like
What?
everyone else has to suffer. All right. What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, I hate the sound of squeaking shoes after it rains, like walking on the floor.
That's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
one. I
That's
also
a
hate
really
that
good
sound.
one.
I
Yeah.
do too. Yeah, that is a good one.
I hate
Or-
when you like go into the store and after it's and your shoes are just squeaking like through 3/4 of the store,
Yeah.
and you're like, ugh.
And it's like
Or even
dead
when you're
quiet.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Even when you're on a run, sometimes like right after the rain, like you're like if your foot is wet, like your shoe will do that squishy, squeaky sound, and you're like, oh god.
Does it sound moist?
I was just about to say it. Oh my gosh.
God. Okay. Anyway, so Jen, what is your favorite curse word?
Oh, I dropped the F-bomb like no tomorrow. I make it as part of
I mean-
words.
You are from New York, so that
Yeah,
tracks.
it's like, yeah,
It's part of my
Tracks.
native language.
yeah. Let's see. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I really want to be a pastry chef if I couldn't be a teacher.
Ooh,
I
that's a
love
great one.
baking, cupcakes, pies, the whole night. I wish I had more time for it, honestly, but I do love that. I would definitely want to be a pastry chef.
I want to be better friends with you.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, all of the desserts.
You can get to Broadway
somebody-
from here. I'll have some cupcakes
Yeah.
waiting for you when
Right?
you arrive.
There you
what?
go.
Yes, this
I
friendship
was
is
trying to
working
remember.
out well.
Wasn't there another?
Yeah.
Oh, it was one of the Sparkle Athletic women.
Oh
was
yeah,
going to open a bakery
yeah,
as well. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah. I forget which one, but one
It was
of them
Kelly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was Kelly. She was going to.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have a whole
Multiple
squad
pastry
of
chefs.
we have a whole
Interesting.
squad of pastry chefs. Sounds good to me.
And what profession would you not like to do?
I would never want to be a lawyer.
No, that's a good one.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could
Yeah.
handle it.
No.
I'm also like, I guess because I'm a teacher, I'm just kind of like, all right, you didn't do it, go for it. Like, all right, whatever. Like I'm more of like that. I don't want to be bothered type of personality at this point. So I'm like, I probably would be a terrible defending lawyer. Like,
Like, oh well.
even a prosecutor, I'd be like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Like what like was it inconveniencing someone? Like let's just move on,
Red a
guys.
red light. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh my god.
All right, I get to ask you our final question, but before I do, thank you very much for being with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you. It was so much fun.
All right, so if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Come on in. We've got pizza.
Mm.
That
I
also
love the
tracks with
theme.
The rest of the answers.
I love the theme.
Bonus question: pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely.
Exactly, that's the right answer.
What?
That's the right
Whoa.
answer.
Oh my gosh. Meat with that
Exactly.
Meat, it's so good.
Oh.
A little ham. Oh goodness.
I'm a
Oh,
vegetarian, so I
my.
can't have ham, but I've had it
Well-
with the imitation, like the soy, and it's really good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the right answer.
No. What's your
All right.
favorite pizza topping though?
Okay, it's mushrooms. Like if it's not extra cheese, I actually love like mushrooms and olives.
I like
Yeah.
mushrooms. I don't know about. I couldn't do.
I do
olives.
love black olives on pizza.
Oh,
I have to be in the mood for the olives, but the mushrooms is
Yeah.
yeah.
The mushrooms, I agree. I like a good onion and mushroom
Ooh, onions are good.
combination.
That's
And
good.
obviously from New
There you
York,
go.
I know I am a connoisseur of pizza. So
It's true.
Yes.
I had
yes.
I had pizza lasagna in Chicago this past weekend, and they just it's not pizza.
no, it's not.
New York,
not
New York
pizza.
is where it's at.
It's a hubcap.
Yeah, 'cause
It's
where
not
it's at.
pizza.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair.
Awesome. Jen, anything you want to plug or any final words of wisdom that you'd like to bestow on the world?
Ooh. Well, I would love if anybody wants to, you can come follow my adventures. I'm on TikTok and Instagram as Running Through Wonderland. So, it's a lot of Disney, it's a lot of running. So, maybe I'll have baking on there now because apparently I should probably show that off. But if I had 3 words or something, just kind of like say, I'm going to pull it from Peter Pan: grow wise, grow old, but never grow up.
Oh,
Oh,
I love
I
that.
love that.
I love
Yes.
that.
So let's end on a high note.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
You're
Jen.
welcome.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.